Spider-Gwen in there.
All I know is that I'm screaming, I haven't warmed up my voice.
Why is the pillow smashed? What's funny? Watch it live or watch it here?
You're the best job in the world. Yeah.
Totally walking around. Say soldier.
And I'm going to do... Hello. I can honestly tell you that I have never been this naked. Hello, everybody. If you are live on Facebook, do not swear. Say hi. I feel like Davina McCall, but just not as cool. This is your Liverpool Conga crew. When there is a gap, Laura always does something to make herself look a little bit stupid, and today, hey, why so serious? Hello. It's just kind of, filling time, because there was a panel that was supposed to be happening, and it's my job to keep you all entertained. I hope everybody loved that. Can we please get a huge round of applause for everybody here, in costume or not, who was conquering around Liverpool Comic Con? Next, anybody who is single, I want to see you at the stage. We're going to do Geek Mate.
Hi everybody, Steve Gutenberg here, and I'll be coming to Manchester for the Manchester Comic-Con on June 1st. I'm really looking forward to it. And I apologize for not being over at Liverpool. I had a job, so I had a professional commitment, couldn't be there. But I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody. June 1st, Manchester Comic-Con, my first Comic-Con in Europe. This is going to be great. So see you over in the UK.
I've heard that about 20 times.
Hi everybody, Steve Gutenberg here, and I'll be coming to Manchester for the Manchester Comic-Con on June 1st. I'm really looking forward to it. And I apologize for not being over at Liverpool. I had a job, so I had a professional commitment, couldn't be there. But I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody. June 1st, Manchester Comic-Con, my first Comic-Con in Europe. This is going to be great. So see you over in the UK.
Anybody looking forward to seeing Superman and Lois Lane on stage? Tough, you got me. I can see them just making their way across. Now, I can honestly say that, so you know when you start telling people stories about yourself, that's what I do too much, so I do apologise. But my granddad introduced me to the Superman movie, and he died when I was 9. So when the New Adventures of Superman came out in the UK, it was me and my nana who watched it in memory of my granddad, which was awesome. And there are so many memories for me watching it. There's so many memories of walking past the poster of Dean in my all-girls school that we had. So my class going, "Morning, Dean." And then we'd leave home and go, "See you, Dean." He officially won the sexiest man in our class. Yes, you did, Dean. And Desperate Housewives. I mean, come on. This panel's about Superman, but can I have a cheer for Desperate Housewives? It is my absolute honour and privilege to bring on stage, first of all, James. James is coming on stage today because he's dressed as somebody. Can you guess who he is? He's a huge fan, and we've invited him on stage so that he can be a part of this panel. Dean said that it was okay, so Superman, take your place. He is going to be here for the panel. And I'm really honoured to be bringing on stage two amazing people. Please welcome Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain, everyone! And you can do better than that, Liverpool, come on! Come on, keep it going, they're not set down. Hello, hello.
He's got the wrong suit on. Am I crazy? Well done.
Oh, do you know what's amazing? The fact that you are making people's day by doing stuff like this. How does that feel for yourselves to be a part of something that makes people go weak at the knees and thinking, I'm shaking Superman's hand?
Odd. It feels odd. It's very humbling, but it's an odd thing. But it's wonderful to have played the character and be a part of it. And that people, you know, obviously he has the wrong suit on, but outside of that, it's great. I see some that have the correct S's out there. That makes me happy. Thank you. But no, it's fun to watch it happen. It's fun to watch it evolve, and it's lovely to be still in that world. You know, I see a lot of the correct S's actually.
Stand up if you've got a correct S on. Come on.
There's one.
Oh, wow. Look
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah, that's
A couple of them
seriously
over
correct
there.
over there.
Yes. Thank you. Will you guys talk to this guy for me? Might take like 3 or 4 people to get him too, because
on a slightly more like serious answer to what you were asking, like I've had quite a few people, and I know you have too, like come up to me and share just some sort of really emotional, strong meaning in their life of what our show or one of our shows or either of us meant to them in some sort of journey of their life. And I feel great that we were able to be there for them in some way that was inspiring. But it also reminds me that, like, celebrity aside, you just never know how you might be able to affect someone, like even just with a smile or opening a door at a grocery store or letting somebody cut in line in front of you, or you know what I mean? Like, we all have the power to help each other every single day, and so it kind of reminds me of that. Even though we're sort of doing it in, I guess, a celebrity sort of way, I know as a human being we can all do that for each other. So you all reminded me of that today, and that made me feel really great, so thank you.
That's so wonderful.
So I know that the two of you have had amazing careers with some really incredible films and TV that you've done, but this is like a Superman panel. So what we'll do is we're going to throw it out and we'll ask some Superman questions, but if anybody has any questions that's about anything else, feel free to ask it, okay? So I'm going to go straight to the audience because we've got a massive crowd here. So I'm sure we'll see a sea of people. Damien, do you want to come down here? There's a few people, there's 2 people here. So if you, do you want to go just over here? Yeah, the 2 of you just queue up. Here we go.
it's a pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you very much. My name is Javier, and just to echo the stories before, you guys, your show meant a lot to me. I was stuck on a dialysis machine when your show was out, and you helped me get, sort of escape from what was going on next to me and just dive into this wonderful world. And so thank you for that anyway.
Thank you.
Glad we could help.
That's awesome.
Thank you. My question is though, did you feel that the show stopped a bit prematurely? I felt personally, I'm sure the other fans around here felt it could have gone on further. Was there any material left that could have been done? I mean, season 4 just felt a bit too short.
Well, there's a complicated answer to that, but yes, I think it could have gone on a lot longer. We were picked up for a season 5. We were going to go into a season 5, but someone had to go and get pregnant. It wasn't me. I mean, it wasn't me that got pregnant, but it also wasn't me. You got it. But we were picked up for season 5, and I think it could have gone on a lot longer. And that's the things we talk about now. Is I think it'd be really fun to pick up with these characters 25 years later and see what's going on with them and see where their lives are. So I think there's enough material because the show is a romance. And a relationship can go and does go on forever. So I would love to see it. I would love to see it continue now. I'd love to see what they're up to and see what's going on. If they've met any half human, half Kryptonian kids, or what would be happening. I don't know. Terry.
Yes, I agree.
There we go.
Yeah, but 25 years later, like, you might have broken up and you might be on Tinder, swiping left, swiping right. There's loads of stuff, and then you could have a massive, oh my God, no, we love each other, get back together.
I totally agree. That would be really interesting, especially the Tinder part.
Tinder, yeah. I was thinking I didn't get past Tinder. I was like, wow. All right. Like Clark can't get any dates, but Superman gets a lot of. I don't even know.
Hi, my name is James. Thank you very much for coming here. I think that's on behalf of everybody. Thank you so much for coming to this. My question really is that what pressure did you feel taking on these iconic parts, and what happened with the casting for them? Because obviously, you're stepping into some really big shoes. Chris Reeve, Mando Kidder. And what did you do? Because your big thing, obviously, is that the characters you played were really different to them. Clark was no longer this bumbling fool. Lois was.
Thank God.
Yeah. And Lois was really this character at that point, compared to probably what we'd seen with Margot. A real ball-busting reporter that went out and did stuff. So I just want to know a bit about the casting process, and also just a big thank you from me for being my Superman and Lois Lane.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I don't know if you felt this way. I feel like first and foremost, I approached it from it was a really unbelievably well-written pilot. Like, if you took away that it was Lois and Clark, it was just, I didn't look at it as a Superman thing. It was more like these two characters, and it was just this magical pilot. It was so well written. It really, for me, and probably because I wasn't the one putting on the cape and the tights, but it was much easier for me to just approach it as this woman, this reporter, this independent, vulnerable, but also did need love but struggled with that balance and all of those complicated things women feel that are out of a comic book character, but just a real woman. And so often I was not thinking that I was in a Superman story. I was just being in a real human story. But then there'd be the part where we'd fly around, and then I'd realize, oh yeah, wait, this is a little different and romantic. And then so secondary for me was becoming aware of and sort of honoring and enjoying the part of being part of the Superman saga. But that was sort of second for me, which is why I can never answer any of the trivia questions.
Well, I think that's what you said is actually 100% right. The same thing, even with Clark Kent, wasn't written as this is Superman in the whole thing. It was something we developed as it went on. And in the way it was written for us, Deborah Joy Levine, who wrote the pilot and created it, Clark was the guy. Clark was the character, and the disguise was putting on the Superman suit. So of course we had a lot of fun with Mom designing a suit and going through that, and that was a lot of fun. And so that was to keep the anonymity of Clark. And that was different than had been done before, and certainly the show was a romance and a lot of comedy. She's very funny. And